Is XRP the cryptocurrency with the best comeback tale ever? By the way, Jed McCaleb is the cryptist Teflon Don, so why isn't the former founder of Ripple's Jed McCaleb a party to the XRP lawsuit? The SEC has been involved in both cases for years, but the SEC appears to be losing the case against Ripple, according to Cathie Wood, who also offers a schedule for the Bitcoin spot ETF. Guys, good news. XRP has solidified its position above the price range of 50 cents, aiming to surpass 60 cents. But is a $3 hit imminent? Lastly, according to Attorney Dean, even if Ripple loses the summary judgment, the issue will not change, and the corporation will continue to expand. What will happen to the SEC if the verdict doesn't go in their favor? Continue reading to find out more. Without a question, XRP is one of the cryptocurrency industry's most ridiculed initiatives. Attorney John Deaton claimed in a tweet from yesterday that the cryptocurrency got the moniker Crypto's comeback coin due to its ability to remain relevant in the face of these challenges. The lawyers responded to a tweet from the well-known cryptocurrency YouTube channel Altcoin Daily asking the audience which altcoin project had the best comeback story. In his account of the project's difficulties, the founder of CryptoLaw said that the Bitcoin community did not take kindly to Ripple's early promotion of XRP as a liquidity solution for banks because it seemed to go against all that Bitcoin stood for. Recall that the Bitcoin white paper first appeared as a substitute for a centralized and corruptible financial system not long after the 2007 to 2008 financial crisis. But, in 2020, Vitalik Buterin, co-founder of Ethereum and one of Crypto's unwitting code leaders, called XRP a crap coin, in reaction to Ripple's well submission, which raised issues over the concentration of cryptocurrency mining activity in China. Particularly at this moment are XRP and Ripple. We're already in the Securities and Exchange Commission of the United States sights. Last but not least, the SEC moved through with its enforcement action against Ripple for categorizing XRP and unregistered securities. Emphasized by Deaton. This was supposed to be the final straw. When US-based crypto exchanges raced to delist the token out of concern for SEC legal action, the price of XRP plummeted and nearly $15 billion was erased from its market capitalization. Despite all, the currency continues to rank among the top 10 cryptocurrencies by market cap. In the end, the lawyer claimed, XRP is the return coin. In the meantime, it's arguable that XRP's recovery narrative is still ongoing. The turning point for many would be if it was determined that XRP is not a security, and the SEC's lawsuit against Ripple was extended, allowing us to list the asset on cryptocurrency exchanges. According to Deaton, who is a friend of the court in the lawsuit and is a representative of thousands of XRP holders, this can happen even if Ripple loses. The classification of assets may be clarified by a court ruling that secondary market sales do not qualify as security offers. Members of the XRP community have persisted in asking why American programmer Jed McCaleb was left out of the ongoing Ripple vs. SEC litigation, despite being a co-founder of the company. Recall that the Securities and Exchange Commission accused Ripple of selling unregistered securities in the form of XRP in December 2020. For the same crime, the SEC also filed charges against Ripple's co-founder Chris Larsen and CEO Brad Garlinghouse. McCaleb, the former CTO and co-founder of Ripple Labs, was not included as a defendant in the lawsuit, nevertheless. Although some of the XRP community had previously questioned the exclusion of McCaleb from the list of defendants, Matt Hamilton, Ripple's former director of developer relations, recently brought up the issue in a tweet. Hamilton questioned, "I've always thought it odd how conspicuously absent Jed's name is in the SEC versus Ripple case." The tweet revived the divisive issue that had persisted throughout the SEC litigation conflict. As was to be expected, many claims were made in the comment section by members of the XRP community. McCaleb may have consented to serve as a whistleblower for the Securities and Exchange Commission, according to certain members of the XRP community. Intriguingly, the founder of CryptoLaw, attorney John Deaton, explained why the SEC left out McCaleb as a defendant in the lawsuit. According to attorney Deaton, McCaleb was exempted because he is a key player in the industry. On Crypto's Mount Rushmore, the founders of CryptoLaw listed Ethereum founder Vitalik Buterin and Bitcoin founder Satoshi Nakamoto. However, attorney Deaton modified Mount Rushmore as Aaron McCaleb and David Charm as his unbiased option for crypto. Also known as the Teflon Don of crypto, McCaleb. To put things in perspective, John Joseph Goatee Jr., a former American gangster and the head of the Gambino crime family, was known by the alias Teflon Don. It's important to note that McCaleb acquired a share of 20 billion XRP in 2012, just after Ripple, then known as OpenCoin, was established. He did, however, leave the business in 2014 along with his XRP stake as a result of a dispute with Ripple management. McCaleb consented to the terms of a lockup before leaving Ripple. Because selling all of the former Ripple executives' XRP holdings at once runs the risk of causing a market meltdown. For the first year, McCaleb pledged not to sell more than $10,000 worth of XRP per week in accordance with the lack of a strategy. McCaleb was later permitted to sell $20,000 worth of XRP per week for the following 3 years, between 2018 and 2018. The limitation was placed on the quantity of XRP tokens, which was set at 1 billion XRP per year for dumping. Also, in 2020, the amount was raised to 2 billion annually, and beyond. After an 8-year sell-off, McCaleb eventually drained his XRP account on July 18, as was predicted last year. Moreover, the SEC of the United States charged Ripple and its management with violating securities laws by selling XRP to finance their company in 2020. The blockchain payments business, according to this argument, ought to have reported the asset to the Commission. We are confident that Chief Executive Officer Cathie Wood has weighed in on the case's outcome, as we finally wait for a court decision after more than 2 years of the protracted legal battle. She thinks the SEC is likely to lose the case. She does not, however, state why she thinks this is the case. In a recent interview where the SEC detailed recent legal setbacks, it appeared that the Commission might be on the verge of losing the Ripple case as well. It is important to note that recent decisions in the legal disputes seem to favor the blockchain payments company, according to Stuart Alder, the chief legal officer of Ripple. He claimed that the company grew more confident with each decision after Judge Annalisa Torres made a decision on a Daubert motion. Moreover, Ripple has submitted letters in support of its fair notice defense, citing court decisions from various cases. According to recent reports, the SEC has now replied to these letters. Thought leaders observed that the response didn't significantly weaken Ripple's arguments, particularly in light of the judge's comments from the Voyager's bankruptcy case. Attorney John Deaton, who is a friend of the court and is defending thousands of XRP holders in the legal dispute, has informed the community that they should anticipate a decision on so-called summary judgment in the coming weeks. Wood's most recent comments, which are noteworthy, were in response to questions about the likelihood and timing of an SEC-approved Bitcoin spot exchange-traded fund ETF in the US. The head of ARK Invest criticized the Commission for being inconsistent in certifying products for Bitcoin ETFs, noting judges' remarks in the Grayscale appeal. Judges questioned whether the same fraud controls were adequate for the SEC to approve a futures ETF but insufficient for a spot ETF, as was emphasized in a prior report. Thus, he would anticipate a favorable decision in favor of Grayscale, which he forecasts will occur in June. XRP traders are reaping the rewards of their investments in the midst of a widely anticipated rise that has seen the assets soar by over 44% in the previous 8 days. Notably, starting August 2021, the XRP network is experiencing its greatest trading or profit-taking ratio. Investors in XRP engaged in profit-taking transactions twice as often as they engaged in incurring transactions, according to data from market intelligence resource Sentiment. The daily on-chain transaction volume and profit-to-loss ratio have therefore increased to a value of 1.10 as a result. The indicator last reached this high level 19 months ago. An indicator that contrasts the value of transactions resulting in a profit to the value of transactions resulting in a loss within a single day is the ratio of daily on-chain transaction volume to profit and loss. A high ratio suggests that traders are generating more gains than losses. This positive turn of events occurs at a time when other assets, including Bitcoin, are experiencing exhaustion in their rallies, and it is supported by the enormous uptrend in XRP. The positive trend for XRP began on March 21st, amid rumors that the ongoing SEC lawsuit will soon be resolved in Ripple's favor. The assets witnessed a significant will-inducing push for accumulation since the rally's beginning 8 days ago. From a low of 37 cents on March 21st to its current price of 54 cents, XRP has increased by 44.8%. The previous time XRP saw this high was in May 2022. The asset is firmly positioned above the much-desired 50-cent price level and is aiming for 60 cents. Moreover, social engagement has increased, and XRP's social dominance has recently risen to its highest point in a year. Sentiment predicts that this sharp rise in social engagement will lead to demand and mainstream attention, which will boost volatility with a 16.9% gain over the previous week. Out of the top 80 cryptocurrencies, XRP has the highest growth rate. The short-term objective of the asset is to surpass the last big obstacle before 60 cents. 54 cents represent this resistance level. Once conquered, the 57-cent point serves as the next significant resistance level for XRP. Attorney Deaton feels that even if the company loses summary judgment, nothing will change for Ripple and that it will continue to expand, but the question remains the same. What will happen to the SEC if the verdict is not in their favor? The Ripple v. SEC case summary ruling has been eagerly awaited by the cryptocurrency world. It is well known that a decision in Ripple's favor would increase the value of XRP and serve as a model for other cryptocurrency initiatives. Yet, little has been revealed about what would happen if Ripple's defense of XRP's non-security status falls short. Today in a tweet, attorney John Deaton supported William Wallace Little's remarks on the subject as the head of DFD Partners. Little recently stated that the outcome of the ongoing Ripple case would have no bearing on Ripple's business activities during an interview with CoinDesk TV. Whether Ripple wins or loses has no bearing. They continue to have those long-term institutional connections through which they may transfer assets over the internet. Nothing is said, but Ripple will continue to represent Bank of America and many other significant institutions even if it loses. Additionally, it will keep moving money throughout the globe, giving regional and small banks liquidity. Attorney Deaton responded to the comment by stating that the DFD Partners executive's interpretation was accurate. Deaton asserts that Ripple will carry on with its regular business activities even if it loses its lawsuit against the SEC. In parallel, it files an appeal with the Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit regarding the judgment. He continued by saying that the top Silicon Valley tech company will continue to have phenomenal growth of 800% because the SEC did not request a preliminary injunction. But lawyer Deaton is of the opinion that Ripple effects on operations won't be impacted by a negative decision. What would happen if the blockchain corporation won the legal battle? He asks. Notably, Ripple's CEO Brad Garlinghouse previously expressed the same opinion as quoted by Crypto Basic. Garlinghouse claimed nothing would change even if the judge did not rule in Garlinghouse's favor. The business continues to develop rapidly despite acting as if the case has already been lost. He does, however, believe that the judge will grant the business summary judgment. I think Ripple will prevail in the court case. For the record, since I am confident that the evidence favors us, I will wager on that. We've reached the conclusion of the movie, gentlemen. If you liked it, make sure to click like on the video. Garlinghouse reportedly urged an Axios fintech writer to loosen Shin's grip at Impact in 2022. Don't forget to hit the notification button and subscribe. I find that the YouTube algorithm is greatly aided by this. Sharing this video with as many people as you can will also help enlighten others in the same way that you have been enlightened. Let's spread the word about this, guys. Don't miss any of our stuff if you are a serious Bitcoin enthusiast. I'll see you tomorrow to discuss the most recent news that affects our entire community.